Hi, welcome back to Golf Training Hacks. So where do we start to stop your slicing, or actually any other problem you have with golf? Well, it's really spine angles. You want to maintain your spine in a consistent position throughout the swing. And in this video, we're just pretty much going to talk about the spine angles at address. Because if you don't start in a good position, it's very unlikely you're going to end up in a good position. You know, in an athletic movement, especially a high-speed movement like the golf swing, it's really hard to adjust on the fly going from a bad position to a good position. So it's really important that at address you set up correctly. So let's talk about a couple of angles that you need to maintain at the beginning of your setup so that you can be in a better position when you start so that you can end in a better position. So the first angle we want to talk about is your neutral spine. Now, if you've been with us in Golf Training Hacks, you know where the neutral spine is. It has some extension in your lumbar spine, some flexion in your upper back, your T-spine, and some extension in your cervical spine. So when you set up at address, what you want to do is start from a neutral spine position, and then you're going to hip hinge back just a bit. Now, a hip hinge is like what a shortstop might do when they're getting ready to play, or you get the pitch is being thrown. It's basically, you could just put your arms down, or your hands down on your knees. But we just want a little hip hinge and then a little forward bend. So that's basically a decent position to be in your address. Now, why don't you want too much forward flexion in your upper back or roll shoulders? Well, assuming that you can get in and out of this position, which a lot of people can't because they're stuck because of the modern lifestyle has us doing a lot of things forward, texting, typing, working at your desk, driving your car, so you get stuck forward. So first of all, you might be stuck there. You just can't get out of this position. If you're reaching here and roll forward, as you get to the top of your backswing, I'm assuming now you're going to have some extension in your upper back. Your scapula is going to be retracted so you can get that full backswing. Well, now when you're coming back down, you have to change all these things to get back to this position. But let's assume that you just like to reach and set up like this, but you can easily get in and out of extension and flexion in your upper back. Well, it only adds variability. So if you're here, now when you go back, you're going to want to retract and extend. You're going to retract your scapula and extend, but now you have to get back to that forward roll position with protracted shoulders to get back here. So that's a lot of extra movement you don't want. You want to also keep this spine tilt going forward, because if it comes up and down, obviously you're going to be changing the distance of your club head to impact. So that's one thing. The second spine angle is your tilt away from the target. So you want a slight tilt away from the target. You have a neutral spine, you have a hip hinge back, you have a slight tilt away from the target. So that's your starting point. If you can start from those points, you're more likely to end in that position. At impact, you're going to have a little bit more tilt away from the target point. You start in a good position, you're going to end in a good position. You want to keep that position, that angle that you start with. This angle should be kept through the top of your backswing and then into impact. As you get closer to impact, you're tilting a little bit further away. So I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you in upcoming lesson videos.